Okay. I'll go back to the D&D screen then. Okay. Good to go.
Yeah. Give us a countdown.
Nope, we're good to go.
All right, cool. So this large ferry, which is being powered by 6 hill giants wearing the uniforms of the Golden Veil, as you start to roll and are thrust upriver against the current with the hundreds of passengers, the dozens of tons of weight on it, unfazed, the power of these giants. The river is about at its widest you've seen so far at the mouth of it, but 200 feet, which slowly shrinks down into like 100, oh, sorry, not 100, about 150 as it continues on. And as you go from the cove, which is very cliff-like and white hewn stone of limestone, sorry, it seems to get taller and taller and taller as it's almost like cavernous at times with these overhanging trees and thick oak forests. You can hear the sounds of wildlife and seabirds and coastal birds cawing and ringing out and echoing through it. And for the course of the next hour or so of the journey, the cliffs start to recede, the forest and the cliffs get more obvious, easier to see, and you can see small embankments of coastal huts, of small kayaks and berths and docks, as many people live on this river, on the Maven River. There are people who are climbing the trees which overhang the river with boats waiting underneath as they are sawing and cutting at fruit which is growing and dropping it into the boats in these big nets beneath. Varagon fruit, which you can see is this lovely, jubilant ruby red, about the size of a basketball. Makes quite sweet pudding and cake mix. So people harvesting that. There are fishing nets on the side of the bay, and as the ferry comes past with the dwarves, like not the dwarves, the giants doing these massive strides of rowings in. I mean, this ferry is going at some pace. Like it's moving, it's shifting upriver against the current at some pace. There is obviously an oarsman and stuff like that steering the light rudder at the back, at the front of it. Some people like get out some pack of cards. Some people are like making sure their outfit's proper. There's a mirror, there's a communal mirror at like one point of the ferry, and there's like a queue of people like trying to like fix their outfits, especially the most noble looking ones, like fixing their outfit, fixing their hair. And you see that Tame is waiting in the queue with his box of pigments and his brushes to try and get himself ready before he goes and gets into Oakheart properly. And as he gets his turn, as you wait, do you guys want to do anything, or we just progress to Oakheart?
Should we start a fight with the giants at the back?
Yes, 6 hill giants. Yeah, let's fight the people here rowing our way into Oakheart.
Yeah, we'll have fun. I'm sure we can handle it.
Like, push one of them into the water.
Do we want to ask them to row quieter because they're annoying us, or?
Yeah, excuse me. No,
Okay.
I don't think there's anything in particular that Oracle wants to do.
All right. Okay. So, as you draw closer and closer to Oakheart, on the horizon, in the distance, there's this great spike-like cliff. You can see a reflection of distant shimmers of light, like a tiara being casted with the sunlit crown. And you see that as you get close to this cliff that sits high above the Maven River, kilometers away, the shapes of not one, not two, but dozens and dozens of palaces and castles and fortresses and watch stations. And the forest starts to pick aside to the left, this massive, glorious oak forest, as the left-hand side of the city of Oakheart, as you're rowing up towards it, as you start to see it. You see the domineering exterior wall. It is almost a miniature one-to-one copy of the Great Wall of Erith. It is grey, marbled, thick-hewn stone with interspersed chunks of veinstone through it. You can see that the houses, they're built up around the exterior wall like a row of barnacles growing on the side of a ship into multiple levels, 3-4 stories tall, but not like a shanty town. Like, these are clearly nice townhouses, and you actually can't really physically see past the wall into the exterior town, except for the handful of dozens and dozens of towers casting of all different designs. You can see from this height disadvantage, you can see the high tower of the Church of Numela. You can see a great effigy of the Mina Church, and at a high point in the middle, what you imagine is the middle of the town, is a castle, is a fortress, which, Lernok, you're very familiar with it. It is the seat of power and order. It is the twin castle of the Unbreakable. These two, like, pincer-like, fanged, thin castles with great high towers, one level with the other. And at the mouth of the river, as the river keeps progressing up, at this left-hand side, you start to see an industrial sector of lumber yards filled with thousands of felled trees, tens of thousands of felled trees. You can see people harvesting clay in the riverbank. Hundreds of people washing clothes and pigments, mills on both sides of the river, and multiple other small boats that are moving at the way of the ferry to let it get across. And you hear the ferryman start to call orders and start to shout out towards the people for lower ferry tickets only, lower ferry tickets, exterior city only, exterior, and just like that gets repeated a bunch of different times. And this ferry starts to slow as the giants start to put less full stride, like pulls into their oars, as it slows and slows and slows, and you come up across this massive stone building, and actually the ferry seems to halfway go over a roof structure of this ferry terminal, where a gangplank is then dropped as some of the supplies and some of the people vacate through here. There is this, I don't want to say rush. People are respectful, but there's clearly a lot of like work put into this. There's a lot of forethought. Like, this isn't just like a simple, like, the ferry gets close, they drop it. Like, this is a building perfectly designed for this ferry, this size. As the gangplank goes down and people are progressing through, you see similarly well outfitted brass shields as you did see on the boat before the trip of you. Seems like nearly all brass shields here are fairly well equipped. You see a checkpoint basically just in an interior of the ferry station of people getting their identity stones scanned. And as you guys get in the line, you guys all fine with that? All comfortable? All happy?
Yeah, probably.
Yep, very happy.
I'm sure none of us
I
will
mean-
have issues with our identity stone.
Yeah, is Orly okay?
My name is Tom.
Bombadil.
Yes. Quite literally, I was going to go full send with Tom Bombadil.
Okay, so you wait in line with the queue. You wait in line, and you see the emblem of the brass shield, but also like a small gnomish figure who has the heraldry of Nedlin, the Church of Civilization and Cities there. And they are getting, there's a handful of them in multiple lines, and they get given identity stone, and they hold it, and they cast a small ritual, their eyes glow, and they hand it back to the person to give a nod to the brass shield. And this happens to Torkel, Hendrik, Liranok, Thoric, and Orly. It's your turn. As the gnome scans it, the head tilts. They smile, and then they give a nod to the brass shield. And the brass shield just on the tail out, just welcome to Okut. as you step through. And as you're like through the security checkpoint, there are families waiting, holding signs, holding names. There are parents rushing to swoop up their child in their arms and hug them and give them some kisses on the side. There is a guy who runs straight past, like holding basically a leather satchel. He's like, I'm late. She's like running, like, excuse me, I'm late. She's like running ahead,
Flies a
getting
toast
out
in his
into the
mouth.
open streets. Yeah. Running off the ferry into it. So you guys are on the lower ferry terminal. You're on the exterior wall of Oakhart, but you're still considered within the city. You're in the area known as the Belt. The houses and sprawl that sits on the outer wall of the city itself. Now, if you draw your eye to the map, this you'll see the visual aid of Oakhart, and you'll start to see that you guys would be on the exterior city wall.
The city is dense. There's a lot of stuff in there.
And as you exit out of the ferry terminal, the stone building with hundreds of people around, of like workers, most people going to work and things like that. There's that presence, that height of, you're not even sure if it's one building connected to multiple others or if they're all different, but there is this just shining golden beacon that you have to really focus your eyes on top of this mountainous limestone cliff, which you can just barely see. Actually, you can actually see quite well towards the side of the cliff on the Crown's Crest, and there are these lines, these metal rolls of rope going from the city and drifting up towards the cliff. You can see dozens of gondolas going up and down beneath this exterior city up to a point where you can see them above the outer wall to the cliffs above. And for just to sell the picture of this place, the Belt, the place where what you gather is the exterior city where most of the workers live, most people fulfilling a purpose live, day-to-day workers. People here are dressed well. People here carry themselves with pride. It's not like Breakwater where there's such a vast like difference between dock workers to the nicer areas. There's a shared presence of just grandness, to like, from the simplest shoe shiner who has a well-pressed cap to a person who is on a small parked up caravan selling nice fragrances. And there's a calmness, there is a loftiness, shall we say, to how people move. You do see that there's a few people who have wagons waiting for them as they exit the ferry terminal, as they like go up to it, and they speak to the wagon driver, and they say somewhere in the city as they close the door, as the wagon clicks off. Beasts hauling these are not heidels, for heidels are not very common in the central regions, but they are horses, well pedigreed, working Shire horses and Clydesdales and things like that. And everyone that you've spoken to is speaking in clear, crisp, proper central immune, with the most amount of celestial dialogue and intricacies as part of this language.
Just had a thought. We brought our heidels with us, didn't we?
No, you left them in Breakwater.
Oh no, we did. Oh shit.
Okay.
You teleported to Misspeak using Torkel's ring.
That's right.
Went back and got them.
Well, actions meet consequences. Yeah, I mean, this place is definitely higher class than what Thork's used to.
When we were going in, did it seem like there was higher security at all based on the event, or was this more or less normal?
You gather that there seems to be like an increased probably presence in that there's more foot traffic on the ferry than what you would expect, and there's a few people who seem to be traveling like quite quickly here. but you haven't noticed like any great uptick in security. The brass shields in this area in Oakhart have always been some of the best outfitted.
Yeah, but but as in, it doesn't look like they've like gone above and beyond for this specifically. This seems to be
Not at this moment in time.
not here.
As you guys all step through, Tame is like taking all of it in, and he like pushes forward, and kind of bumps into someone's like, "Oh, sorry." Looks towards the group of you, shrugs, like smiling, like gesture towards the belt all the way around to the exterior wall. Gorgeous, isn't it? It's not many places like it.
No, that we can certainly agree on. There are a few places quite like Oakhart.
Yeah, and you hear a shout from behind TM go, "Get out the way!" As like a wagon holding like this triple tiered wagon of like timber is like pushing, like wanting to go past him. He goes, "Oh, terribly sorry." And he goes, "Enough, you rich ass! Get out the way!" As just like the wagon like is pulled by seven horses, one in the lead, six behind. These timbers is pulled into the yards further down. Industry of multiple different facets is really, really evident here. This is like, it's like a miniature factory, but still like quite rustic and quite this isn't made for scale. A lot of these things are getting made for art. You can see like breaking yards. You can hear and smell like small like fires where they're scorching and burning timber to be used to protect it for building houses and things like that. So where do you guys want to go now? Do you want to explore the belt or?
We have to head to the
Yeah, we
lodging,
need
right?
clothes.
Yeah,
Or lodgings.
let's
We need to drop our stuff, then go buy clothes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
Where do we need to go? Oracle?
Good question. It is called. Let me see if I can see it on the map. I think it's in the northwest.
Yeah, it's in the wing sprung residences,
Yeah.
which is in the purple bit.
Where?
So you got to kind of go all the way through the town, all the way through the city.
Yeah,
Map of Oakhart.
pretty,
Yeah.
pretty much as opposite as you can get from us, really.
Mm,
Yeah. Where are we
Oh.
just now?
You're
Uh,
at the
I'm
lower
assuming
ferry
the
terminal.
Lower River
Lower
Ferry.
Ferry. Where is that?
Oh, we're there.
Ah,
okay.
yes. Yeah. Okay.
This fucking map is huge.
So, yeah.
We
Oh,
need to go
not the
north.
Four Chances Hall. Get me out. Click the wrong thing. Yeah, I mean that's where we need to go, but we'll obviously take in the sights as we
Yeah.
as we head there.
Okay. So you want to go through the city wall into the interior? Well, you're going to have
Yeah.
to. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
unless
based
we
on,
create our own ferry to go up the river.
I mean, that might be a bit of a challenge. I don't know how. I know you guys are good with wood tools and all that, but
Don't we have a patch for like a rafters?
I have the spell. What's it called?
if you got the spell create
Fabricate.
raft, okay.
Summon speedboat spell.
For example, you
but
can
it's-
fabricate a wooden bridge from a clump of trees, a rope from a patch of hemp, a cloth from flax and wool. So I could make us a raft from some tree.
DM, do you accept GTA cheat codes?
No.
Ah,
You can
okay.
fabricate a large or smaller object contained within a 10-foot cube or 8 connected 5-foot cubes, given a sufficient quantity of material. Are there trees around?
There's
I think
lots.
we could just walk in, right?
There's lots of there's lots of deforestation towards the city's west, and like there's whole like timber yards that are just on the edge of the city. Like there's this clear respect and reverence for the forests, but there's like established zones where forestry is like being felled in great numbers, and the timber is like being processed and brought to multiple yards on the exterior, not close to the ferry terminal. So you can go purchase some raw timber if you wanted.
How close are
Yeah,
we to the
just
actual
point it.
wall itself? To the
Probably like 400, 500 feet to the closest point of the wall.
okay, and I mean the roads are kind of pretty, kind of like long, and you can see down to the end. I
Yeah,
gather
the streets are unlike Breakwater, which is quite an old city. Its streets are very like narrow and cramped
Yeah.
and very busy. This is like wide and thin of people.
Yeah.
The streets can accompany most of the streets can accompany maybe 4 or 5 wagons abreast. There's a lot. On the streets like there's enough room where you can maintain like a 15-foot distance from any other living person walking the street if you wanted to at any given time.
Can I
Cool.
eye down the road north and just see what the situation is at the gates for
Sure.
getting through?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make a perception check.
Sure thing.
20. Okay. So you see, and similarly to Breakwater, there is an archway, there is a gate, there's a portcullis, but there is brass shields there guarding it, but they're not stopping people at it and checking their identity stones. People are walking to and from the belt into the interior city without being accosted.
No
by brass
hands are
shields.
kind of like going out for. Like I'm like 400 meters, but is there anybody kind of like putting hands out as if kind of like payment or tribute kind of?
There is definitely people like are walking past a certain repository, like a bin, like a metal bin, and they're just like
Right.
dropping a handful of stuff into it.
Gotcha. Okay. I think we're fine to just go through the gates. We shouldn't be
All right.
stopped.
Okay, let's
Cool.
try it then.
Seems easy enough.
You head closer and closer to the gateway into Oakhart, and this wall is as you're getting closer to Portcullis, as I said, the wall is interlaced with veinstone in certain pockets. So as you get closer, you feel that like numbness take over your magic at the closest zenith part of the wall, about 25 feet away from it. And the wall is 60 feet thick.
Well,
Well,
Yeah, it's a
thick
tunnel.
wall.
It's a tunnel. It's about 60 to 80 feet tall, but 60 feet thick. There's a whole apparatus and interior structure to this wall, which you gather from some of the side doors and archways that split off from the tunnel itself. As you approach, and one of the brass shields sees you guys approaching, and he just gives a hand wave for you to slow down as he kind of walks over. He doesn't have a weapon or anything like that. He just puts a hand on his hip. This human man, his helmet is off. He's got dirty brown hair, like flecked hair. He looks regally clean, and he gives a look towards you guys. Travelers or locals?
travelers.
Good. Did you come by the ferry?
We did.
Yes.
Okay. Your administration fee into Oakhart has already been paid because of your ferry price. Please enjoy the city. As he steps aside and puts a hand out.
You think we
Thank
don't
you
need to
so
see
much.
the tickets or anything, or?
What's that?
I was like, the Thor's like, you don't need to like see the tickets or anything to be sure on the ferry, or?
Lying that people would lie here? No. This is a city of upstanding citizens.
Yeah. He says, you ask about the tickets, he goes, No, it's fine. Just enjoy your time. Rules are regular as always across the Concord. He steps out the way, goes
Yeah.
back to his patrol.
Perfect. Easy.
Yep. Let's go commit some crimes.
Got it. This is easy. Fine. Nothing bad's going to happen. Okay.
Not at all.
I walk through the tunnel. I walk under the 60 feet of tunnel. By the way, has Oakhart ever
collapses.
been like under a besiegement or like has there been any ordeals or battles like that with
Roll
Oakhart?
history check.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're playing D&D. I was just asking a question. Where is history? What'd I get?
Behind you.
Ah, an 8.
Not that you can recollect.
All right.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Yes.
Why is it called the Twin Castle of Unbreakable Resplendent Value? That's such a strange name for a stronghold.
Because they're bougie here, that's why.
Is there a
Because
market
it's-
there?
No.
No, it's,
so
it's the whole. It's the halls of the Unbreakable, the Silver Templar Order.
it's a military structure for one of the Templar orders.
Okay, it sounds like a shopping center.
No, the shopping market. As you go through the gateway out through the tunnel, you're assaulted by various signs and people demanding your attention of performers who are hired by various different
Oh god, the sign
outfits.
spinners.
God.
Yeah, and you hear one of them, this dwarvish woman shout, "Should you need armaments, armor, ammunition, champion outfitters will outfit you with the armaments you need to slay the beast to get the maidens. Come forth today." You
So
then
loud. Is there any way I can pay for like a premium service to skip all these ads?
no, you can close your ears. You hear some of the people are greeted and like, yes, we are always importing the finest gems across the Concord to cut to how you need to see how, and like there's all this stuff about selling things, and one person kind of generally brandishing a League of the Golden Veil sign is like kind of like doing that awkward thing with like I would say a clipboard, but walking up to people and being like, "Have you? Do you know about the observed obtainable?" And then someone waves them away, like, "I'm not interested. I've been." And then it goes towards you. Good morning. Do you know about the observed obtainable, gentlemen?
Do I know about the observed obtainable DM?
Never heard of it.
I've never heard of it.
Good.
I've spent some time in Oakheart. Would I know?
It's the market district of the town.
Yeah. I mean, so one more question is there anything specific? Because you generally don't have people walk up going, "Do you know about the market?" Like,
The market is like got everything. It's like it is the backbone, if not the heart of Oakheart. That creates its wealth, creates its status, creates the importance that this place is so heralded for.
It's like fantasy Amazon.
You could spend a king's
oh
ransom
god.
and still want for more in the observed obtainable.
Does this man seem like tired at the prospect of explaining it, or does he seem like, "Oh, I get to actually do something"?
He seems elated.
Oh my, okay. They're not sort of goes to speak up, realizes his expression, and then sort of stands back a bit to let him go and do his thing.
Yeah. He starts to speak as Tim pushes forward. He goes, "No need for that. I've been here before. Here you go." And he passes him a gold coin. He goes, "Enjoy your day."
He's
Thank you.
proficient.
Thank you, sir. As TM just goes, "We won't need tour guides where we're going. Follow me." He
we
pushes past.
don't. We don't even know where we're going. Tame.
I mean, Tame does though. So
Tame knows where we're going. Apparently. Okay.
All right. TM starts to lead as he does that like bougie walk where like swing his hips to the side and he's got his hands up in the air and he's got a full face of makeup on now. He must have finished that in the mirror.
Close my ears and my eyes. How do you expect me to traverse in this city?
that's how they get you.
Well, all your sensories.
Yeah, exactly. It's just sensory overload.
Yeah. So walking down to the middle thoroughfare, just to that city gate, you see him gesture towards a collection of buildings which are well guarded by brass shields, and Tame goes, "Last I count, this was the Hall of the Archzealot," as you see a well-maintained basilica, palace structure. But what is so obvious from the angle you're looking at the Hall of the Archzealot is as you look up towards the palaces and castles and fortresses on the hill, you're like, why isn't it up there? You keep walking, and this limestone cliff, Tame goes, "Oh, I almost forgot about the biscuit. Come on, to the market, He claps his hands together and like picks quickness to his step. As you head towards this threshold of marketplace, and you start to see less like residential, less like manufacturing buildings, and you start to hear the bustle, the increased intensity of stalls and signs and reputable businesses, and there's people walking out with like exotic pets, a pet rust monster in a cage. You see a person walk out with a jewel the size of a small rabbit embossed on their hat. You see fine cloth and silk collecting into bundles on the wagons as the overwhelming odor of strong perfumes mingles in this miasma of scent of just aristocracy. As you push forward into the observable market, you do see brass shields patrolling, and Tame goes right to the riverfront, right up onto the bay, the mouth of it, where there's a stall of railings, as he points towards the limescale cliff, and you see a carved face, unlike any other. It is over maybe 2,000 cubic feet in size across the scale of this cliff, as it is actually like almost three-dimensional in its design.
Oh.
It is clearly the representation and face of Mina, the goddess of luck, as she is carved right into the face of the mountain which Crown Crest sits above. So the actual crown that is named after is because that she wears the finest part of the city itself above her head. And these metal wires are flecked with yellow light, and actually are emblazoned with gold. You can see that the gondola stations are the only way of traversing to this high point within Oakheart. And they look like, the way that they're spaced out, they literally look like the golden strands of Mina's hair casting down into the lower city, into the marketplace region.
It has been some time since I last saw that.
They've added a few new gondolas as well, it looks like.
I suppose they've got to keep up with the number of people.
To think we may be up there soon for the start of the tourney. How exciting.
Well, I believe we certainly hope to be there.
Yes. Well, let's sit our boots and our bags down at this Carmen's home, as Torko explained to me, and we can then go and see about signing all of you gentlemen up to it. There'll be a sign-in station somewhere close to the close to Amida Church or a Nedlin one, something like that. All right, come on. As he leads you through the market, as you just see dozens and dozens of stores, you see gambling halls, you see people selling mounts, selling great war horses, beasts of burden, people auctioning off manticores and griffin mounts. There are demonstrations of people cutting solid marble stone into statues, and you can auction off for statues, and they're in the price range of thousands of gold pieces, and people are like walking up and be like, yeah, I'll take that marble statue of that warrior for 3,000 gold. Yeah, just have it delivered to my house.
Yeah, we're in this city which, well, literally money is not an issue.
As you walk past this like almost like open plan Costco sized armory, outfitters, equipment, anything you could need as you walk past the logo of Champions Outfitters, as there are stalls and rows and 3 or 4 levels of just like ball bearings, arrowheads, knives, climbing, camping, sleeping gear, anything an adventurer would need of any design, of any locale, any biome, any great length of time out in the wild, you could find it here. There is forges on display, like actual forges inside here, people crafting stuff and like putting the Champions Outfitters, the CO sigil, the brand image, like emblazing it onto weapons, and it's in all the leathers and everything's just branded with Champions Outfitters. You then walk close towards one of where the gondola strand stations are, as he gets excited as you start to see this teal bone, the flecked end of a teal. And Tame looks towards you, Learnock, and says, "You haven't told them about this, have you? It's my favorite part of Okot."
My character, if it's something significant, my character might know this.
Your character would know what this is. This is the remains of Qui-Gon, of Quirg Hodan. Sorry.
I believe. I'm assuming this is the dragon that got trapped in.
Yes. So starting from a spined, barbed tail, which is about the size of like a wagon, just the tip tail bone, you then walk underneath it as it's suspended from building to building on levees, and it is this bleach white color on heavy chains starting from it, as this dragon is its remains is some 90 feet long. Its wingspread is around 200 feet from tip to tip across this open market, this oval shaped market which accommodates it as it clambers above. And there are just stalls everywhere underneath it. At the tail end of it, you see the jaws that would swallow a giant and then some whole in one bite. They hang open. And people seem to be really like closer to the head. You get the closer to like the jaws and the real like zenith of the important part of this dragon corpse, its bones, is where the real busyness of this market. Not that everyone's busy, but like the real kind of shoulder to shoulder shopping is, and that's where they're selling old artifacts of history, tomes of knowledge, gems, riches. Tame is just like amazed, staring up at it. Like, can you imagine it? A dragon preserved like this.
Just for context, where does Barazia stand in terms of size to this?
Half the size.
Okay.
And she's an adult.
Yeah.
This was an ancient red dragon.
Okay. Yeah. So.
This was a ruler of Vondare, tricked and deceived, and now eternally levied and chained up in a market for people to all go at while they buy fruit pastries and a present for their kids.
How the mighty have fallen.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Leaving the market, going towards the Wingsprung. It is on a sloped hill, upwards towards the city, as you leave the Maven River edge. The Maven River. These houses, these residences are fine. They are like London townhouses in that they are terraced, but they are wide and tall and go like maybe 30, 40, 50 feet back in places. They all have small gardens out front, balconies to the second, third, fourth levels, and private gardens on the back. It is noticeably fine living. Some of the houses actually do sit detached and have like a half semicircle for a wagon will pull up and iron closed gates with a few guards standing outside of it where people of real wealth will live. And as you navigate up and up and up the streets, following the signs, following the kind of streets and things like that, you eventually come across a sign. You see a sign for Naples boarding for the lost youth. As Tame then stops, puts his hands on his hips, gives a nod to Torkel. You're the one with the litter. I'll stand aside as he nips off to the side and goes to inspect some of the rose bushes in the garden. Just give me 1 second, just go take off a jumper.
You guys find anything interesting in the city yet? There's a silk and thread emporium.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
might be where we might go and get our clothes.
Yeah. Jewel smith? Isn't there already a word for jewel smith? Is it jeweler? Unless he's actually smithing jewels. I don't know.
Maybe.
Champions outfitters. It's probably for adventurers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there's the door. There's a small stairwell up to the front door to this place. As Tame is like literally looking at the roses, and like they've just about bloomed maybe a week ago or so, springtime. And what do you guys do?
Yeah, we probably have to approach it. I'll take the letter out and approach the interior.
You walk up to the door.
Yep. Give it a bash.
Bump. After a few moments, it tink opens up. There's torchlight inside, and some sunlight is in the mix. As you see a purple-skinned person open the door. They are wearing simple clothes. They stand around 5'4", 5'3". They have curled, decadent, bluish horns on their head into like a dark black at the tips. As you see a teenage girl, tiefling, open the door. She looks at you.
Oh.
Can I help you?
That we were sent to find lodging. I just push the letter towards her.
Yeah. She takes it. She goes, looks over her shoulder. Carmen, there's some people here and they're not very youthful nor lost. And then the door just closes. And then you hear like a few voices talk inside. And then the door opens up again. And then you see a person open the door, immediately taller than the last one, about 6 foot tall. You see a brass dragonborn woman open the door. Instantly, you see that she's tired from her eyes. She has darkly shaded green eyes, and she looks over the group of you. She wears a simple style of blue and whites that are made from expensive cloth. She carries no weapons, no outright holy symbols from a church. As she opens the door, looks at you. In Baldry's name, what is this?
We were sent to find lodgings.
Okay. Well, this is an orphanage for children. This is not a simple bookhouse stay. Who sent you this way?
Captain, I forget her name.
Yeah, she goes, what? Theus, she looks over her shoulder. You didn't tell me there was a letter. And she hears some sniffing. And she goes, of course, miss. And she then, you see her like snatch it out of the tiefling's hands. Like, go check on the others. And she gives, don't give me that face. Anyway, she reads the letter. Reads over again. Whistles air through your teeth. Wow. You must have been important for her to levy her favor for this. All right, all right. I hope you don't have too much belongings. Looks. How many? 5, 6?
5, I think.
Where's
Oh
Payne
no,
staying?
I'm staying here as well. She looks towards
So
Tame.
5.
Looks towards.
Torko, let's be
Teal.
nice, and if they have space, let's have him. Bring him with us.
So she says, "All right," and swings the door all the way open. Come on in. I'll show you to the room.
Yeah, follow her in.
Yeah, you follow her in, and immediately you can hear kids like giggling and laughing. And there's a stairwell, like that, like kind of old Victorian stairwell, like right up the street, right up. And you see that there are walls scribbled with parchment, with like chalk. There are small paintings that are done by children that are stuck with tack onto the walls as well. There is a handful of like wooden block toys on the floor you have to avoid stepping over. And from the stairs, you see a young halfling boy, similarly clothed to that tiefling girl, and a dwarven boy, like looking and pointing, like having a conversation, like but just too hushed to hear. As Carmen, this woman, as she's been referred to, looks up and goes, "Stop making jokes about our guests. Both of you, to your chores now." And they they roll their eyes and they stomp up to another floor. As she like brushes some scales to her side. Well, the door closes behind you with Tame walking in. My name is Carmen Napoles, and I run this house, I guess you could say. I'll be. I wonder. Okay, yes, she claps her hands together. I know where you'll stay. Follow me. As she walk through a kitchen, and there is a girl and a girl wood elf cooking on a pot on a stove. And she looks over her shoulder and looks at you. And Carmen, just before she can say anything, Carmen goes, "I'll explain later." Yes. She goes back to cooking. You walk through another room, like a sitting room. It's a large townhouse. There's a gnomish girl, seems to be practicing like a certain like very early acolyte like stance of prayer, and she's interrupted by you guys walking through, and Carmen just goes, "Keep practicing, you'll get it right." She gives a nod, smiles like enthusiastically. You walk through another door into like a storage room, and walk through that again, and you peer into a large living space with with a door out into a garden that's open, and like just there's a few chests around, a few bunk beds, and as you walk out through this room into the garden, there are kites which are like left on the ground. There are more like outside toys, lawn darts in and around, and the back of the house there is an out cabin. Again, like it would be like a small house, it would be like a home anywhere else, but this is like a cabin, like to this, or like a shed to this place. As she walks through, she takes out a key from her pocket. As she unlocks it, as she opens it up, as you all walk in, and it is like a cabin, like a rural cabin, like built in this back garden. There's enough bedding in here. There's a dozen or so beds in the handful of rooms she shows you. There's a stove in here. There's an outside water pot or a basin for washing. And she looks to you, Torkel. The wood is dried, and outside, just take as you need. Now, she claps her hands, like rubs her hands together, some dirt off of it. How long can I expect you staying here?
I look to the remainder of the troop. How
Uh,
long do we expect to be here?
how long is the tournament again?
It's about 4 days, but it hasn't started yet.
No, it's starting later this week, 10th day.
Yeah, starting on the
Yeah.
10th day. So you're here
Well,
like at least 14 days, probably.
Yeah, we're here. We're here for the tournament anyway.
2 weeks.
Well, it's what? Just over 1 week. We've all got
Yeah, a week.
a week. So we have that joyous 14-day week.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
You said
believe
a
we're
week.
planning. We're planning to stay for a week at the moment.
She kind of tilts her head to the side. Well, she's definitely using up all of her favor on this. Well, just a few rules. Please excuse the children. They are playful, loud, and adventurous. If they're causing trouble or annoying you, come find me. I'll discipline them. But for the most part, they're good kids. I won't be able to provide too many meals as I have to cook for 5. But I can make you evening meals and a supper, should you desire. But feel free to use the cooking station in here as you need.
I'm sure we can also, when we have the time, we can pull our weight around here if that helps.
I would be glad to help with cooking any meals. I admit I'm not an expert, but I know my way. Some decent food.
And if there's any parts of your house that are in disrepair or need to be looked at or upgraded, I would be happy to take a look.
She genuinely puts a hand across her chest. It is so rare to have people stay in my lodgings and offer to help instead of make something I need help with. Thank you. It's very kind. It's very
Hendrik
kind.
stays quiet because he realizes that he's saving the nation and has better things to do.
Okay.
Right.
What? Slaving the nation? What? You're here to help a
Saving
man
the
hook up with
world.
his future wife. Hopefully,
And
that's why
and
we're
help
here.
And I don't want
morally.
to. And I don't want to be here doing that either. But you know what? Sometimes
God.
Okay.
The joys of peer pressure.
Yeah, so she says, well, it's art and history lessons in a moment. I must go and start teaching, and then it will be evening lunchtime, so I'll be indisposed until the evening once I put the children to bed. Again, if they cause any issues, just please let me know. And also, same again for you. Don't harm any of the children here, or I have you buried in a place that no one will find you. Thank you. And she walks out the room.
Taco looks at Hendrik.
You're giving clear instructions there, Hendrix.
Okay, well, we should probably go and find a place to get some clothes and then return here for supper and chores.
I'm gonna stare back at Torkel for whatever the fuck that look was.
I don't think he wants you to
feel like-
interrogate the children.
I feel like Hendrik's the only person who doesn't understand what that stare was.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's go waste all our money, I guess.
Okay. You throw your belongings down. You cast off your traveling attire, and Tim is sitting just checking his instrument, and he does that thing where people are here ready to go, just sit at the side of the house and act surprised when you guys are ready, finally. Yeah, he's like, good. So off to the tailor's, are we, before it shuts?
Yes, Tim.
Yes.
You're off to the tailors.
Can't even ask this guy to knock it down a notch because he's doing good for what he's actually doing where we are. So we just we have to just put up with this.
We
Are we
don't
gonna
have to
be-
like it, and we can express our dislike as often as we want.
Yes. And I will.
Mm-hmm. All right. You leave the wing. You leave this home given to you by Carmen. This cabin. You go outside a back door in the garden instead of like going through all the way through the main house again. There's a side gate that you can lock and take a key with you. As TM starts to walk down the street, like strutting, and he looks over his shoulder towards you. Well, I suppose the good thing about staying there is it's actually on the downslope, the Silk Emporium from the home, so we don't have to walk too far. We don't have to go right into the middle of the market. And he looks back and just sees a look from Torkel and goes, all right, well, just wait until you're there. There'll be masterworks to be seen, I'm sure.
Of a sort, yes.
Hopefully tame.
You know, just all I can hear from Torgal is, can't contain my excitement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Leaving the Wingspan residences, the houses thin out. They get a slightly more grandiose, more singular rather than connected. There are multiple wagons on the street, which you have to like, don't even have to get out of the way of, because like there's so much room in the street, they can just like navigate around you, you know? There are the wagons are like bedraggled in like carved iconography. The horses are wearing matching leather or to the color of the wagon as well. For people to have wealth like that, to make their horses match their wagon, you know, some of them even like have a white carriage or a white wagon with white horses as well. So
ostentatious.
A lot of ostentatious rich people here. As you walk down the hill, you spread out as you see the signage for the Silk Emporium, and it is of this thread with a angelic figure, like holding one pinch with pinch fingers of the thread, like weaving it to another, a bit like almost like a cherub like figure, with their modesty covered by a thread, and their wings like outstretched and stuff. And the windows, it's more like a department store than like a singular shop. But once you go in through the front door, which there's a guard in, and he holds the door open for you like a doorman as you walk in, the assault on your eyes by the gorgets, doublets, pants, trousers, shorts, boots, dresses, evening dresses, gowns, headsets, scarves, hats, gloves in multiple colors, multiple threads, multiple cloths, multiple seasonal attire. As TM just walks in, he goes about 50 feet through on the first floor, and you can see him turn around, and he's obviously giddy. It's like, it's good to be back. All right. Do you need assistance? Because I need to go pick up my suit. And I will be back in a moment with the owner. But feel free to have a look around if there's anything. I can't wait. And he just runs off.
Okay, we'll let the kid run around the toy shop.
Yeah. Well, we should make ourselves presentable, but let's not go too far.
Can I have a look around? Who's the least expressive staff member who could help us right now?
Make a perception check.
Sure.
Or insight check.
There's a literal stone golem.
Yeah.
It's actually just a man.
I mean, still more personality than people I've worked with.
22. There looks to be like a 20-year-old human with a little like big zit on the corner of their chin, who seems to like picking up items, like cloth items, and it's just like sorting through it, like, why do they always put the wrong size back first? Like, no, it goes small, medium, and they're just like talking to themselves. Like,
he's done. Is he done with life?
He looks tired.
Oh my god, he's fucking perfect. I almost skip towards him.
Oh no!
A real retail worker. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. He sees you approach, turns over, gives you a boy. Oh, good evening, or good
don't
morning,
worry about
sir.
any of that. You're fine. No need, as you are. I toss him 5 gold.
His eyes go wide. He catches it. What?
Sir, and my troop here. Don't worry about it. Me and my troop here. We don't want to take up too much of your time. We just need to get by with dress fittings and so and such. You can tell I don't really like this idea of the tournaments. Can you help us out, please?
Leonok is munching on some crisps he finds.
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
corner.
it's just munching back, enjoying the show.
I didn't. I'm going to be honest. I did nothing. I did nothing now to get picked up.
Stuff in his face on bag of popcorn.
There's complimentary glass bowls of nuts. He's just like reaching through. And like, I'm parched. Yeah. Okay. He looks towards your troop, looks at all of you, and he raises a hand like cautiously. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not a tailor. I'm just floor staff. But I'm sure I could find you a tailor to measure.
No. You work here. You've seen people come in, go. You've seen all different types of people, surely, right? You can step up to this.
He looks at the height and the width of Thoric to the slimness and gnomish stature of you to then the frame of Lyranok and Torkel.
Do I see what he's kind of doing? Like trying to measure?
He's trying to make an insight check for me, please.
Sure.
He is weighing up how much trouble he may get into if he gets this wrong more than gets it right. And maybe that's not even part of it as well. Make a persuasion check, please.
Sure. Okay. I will
He is
add.
literally just mentally going through his head just how above his pay grade this is.
I will add. I'll roll now, but I will add to. I'll say, don't worry about the measurements. We're only looking as to what we would like to go for, and when it comes to measurements, we can talk to somebody else. You can get help.
Okay. I can show you around. He finally hangs the thing up. This lovely jade dress with like a frothy collar, flowy and sherpa-lined collar.
Okay.
He hangs it back up. Okay. Well, you're in armor and you're in armor. We're not an armory, so you're going to have to doff them. We do have some areas in the back where you can change, and I can just see what clothes you're similar in. Does anybody have like an idea of what they want? Because we've got a lot of choice. Like we've got all the colors in the rainbow.
I'll cut over him. I don't. Help me. Pick something for me.
Okay. And he starts to gives a nod, like and a thumb this way. Come this way, sir. And he speaks to you, Orlace and Jill, starting all this, and the rest of the party follows. What is the garment for?
The tournament, the event. This whole.
Oh, you're going. Oh shit! I should not be talking. And he just walks away.
Tucker took 5 gold off me.
Yeah.
No, you gave him 5 gold as a gift.
You gave him 5 gold. There was a difference.
There was insinuated. It was. He knew. He knew what was being implied.
Yeah. So he walks away, and just as you turn around and shrug your shoulders,
I'm gonna make a fucking prediction here. The most flamboyant, over-enthusiastic fucking merchant is gonna come out and help us.
All right.
Continue.
So what would you say, Hendrik?
While this is all going on, I'm just window shopping, looking at all the different ones, and then I see a particularly colorful robe of silk, and I just snap my fingers, and my
your armor just changes. Yes, man. Yes.
and I'm gonna just post this oldie, but it go.
Are you going to get hit by copyright infringement or something with the?
Loses patent for breaking the law. Yeah, you absolutely can.
Yeah. All right, so you're just window shopping. Just you pick the best outfit for you, Hendrik. All right, sweet. So what happens next after leaves? You guys are just wander through the stalls a little bit, looking for help, and the other employees are clearly helping other nobles, and it's a large store, and you're not the only crowd of people in here. There's private dressing, fitting rooms, and people cheering, and people going, "Oh no, I wouldn't wear that, darling."
Get me out.
Tame, is that you?
No, it's Tim's brother.
Lame.
Just my posh accent. Liam Tame. Liam. After a while, as you're walking around, you see Tame round the corner, as he's holding a suit like wrapped in a protective leather, as he's got it under his arm, and he just walks up to you and goes, "Ah, I got my suit. Right, there's someone I want you to meet. There's someone I want you to meet." And he like pulls you forward into like an open sitting room, and there's a man standing there in just regular black leathers. He has a balding head. He has a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow. He has a single spectacle over one eye, and he has thread and tape like attached on his belt, and a few other measuring tailoring tools like a blade and a pair of scissors as well. And Tim almost does like this bow, and he says, "Daniel, these are the men I told you about. The ones that are needing the finest garments to impress the fairest of souls of Oakheart. Please see what you can do for them. I'm going to go and see if there's any further adjustments made." As the man just looks towards Tame and just says in a really bored, tired voice, "Very well, Tame."
I love him. I love him.
A kindred spirit.
What's his name? Daniel?
Daniel.
Oh,
He
we get
says,
some
"Very well,
character out
Tame."
for this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pay for the character art for the tailor. So he says, "Very well, Tame, but it's perfect, and you should expect as such." As Tame like gets giddy and romps away, walks around the party. He doesn't need to say a word. He just walks around you, and if you try to speak to him, he just raises a hand. He just like walks around, crouches down at one point, measures Thoric's leg, walks over, puts his thumb and a finger on Torkel's shoulder blade, pinches it, stands in front of you all. "Is what he said is true? You want tournament-worthy garments?
Yes, please.
Any specific style? Oakheart in fashion last season? Or do you want a northern frill to it?"
I want something that looks strong and dependable, but within the realms of the tournament.
Furs.
So
Thork, I'm thinking furs.
You can think about furries as much as you like.
On you? No. Okay.
I mean, possibly I'll let this guy know. He knows about tournament fashion far more than I think any of us. So
Yeah.
I must ask, because if I'm fashioning clothes for you, it's good to know in the planning stage. Are you from a reputable house? Do you have a sigil you want emblazoned on the doublet? Something like
yes, I am
that. Okay.
from House Feregian in Vard.
Never heard of it.
You could have said anything there, by the way.
But as long as you've got something I can copy, I'll see it stitched in.
I'm sure I do somewhere, don't I?
Yeah, you'd have it on your book or on your armor somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, when you said durable and dependable, do you want some armoring in this? Because that will make it more expensive.
How much are we?
You've already got a...
Okay.
If you want it reliably safe, well... To perform a function, to stop a blow. How hard a blow are we talking?
We're talking...
Sidebar, I'm assuming the expectation isn't that we fight necessarily in this, is it?
No. That's
Okay.
what I'm... Yeah, that's what I'm figuring out. But Thoric may want to have something more protective.
You know, when I say sort of like firm and dependable, I mean more like it gives the image of that I am a man who is strong, dependable.
Do you want your
reliable.
muscles to shine in them or be covert?
Thoric sort of looks at himself a little
tight
bit.
fitting, or
Yeah, tight fitting.
Yeah,
Okay.
give him a t-shirt that'll look like it's painted on him.
He's shopping at Zara.
Okay. Colors, accoutrements, anything else I should be aware of? And at this point, you can just describe whatever you want. You can write it as details as you like, and we can go from there. Or you can give it to me now, or you can think about it, and then that's what you get. You know.
Leronak is going to be wanting something very, very humble and very not fancy.
Yes, yeah,
Like,
Yeah. So we get to like that stage of like you talk about what you guys want. We talk about what you need, and without fail, the clothing will be well designed. It will fit you well. It will be durable to a point. Obviously, someone starts slashing it with a sword, may be different, but it's not like it's going to rip or tear on the dance floor. And there's a few times where he's speaking to you all, and someone comes to interrupt him, and he just waves them away. He's like, "No, this is more important." And he's kind of talking to you, Thoric, and he looks towards Leronak. Demi Angel. Did I know you from somewhere?
I spent some time in the city a while ago, but I wouldn't expect to be a household name and face anymore.
Didn't you win this thing?
I won a different tournament quite many years ago now.
Well, your face to strike a resemblance to something I've seen before. I'm sure there's some painting of you somewhere. What can I do for you? What do you want?
I believe the main one that we want to be in the spotlight is Thoric here. I do not wish to necessarily attract that kind of attention. I'm here to support. I would prefer something more simplistic and humble. I do not enjoy attracting the eyes of everyone in the room if I can avoid it. So something more simplistic for me would be my preference.
That's fine. But Tim at least explained to me that, well, I thought all of you were competing. Are you facilitator, his support troop, something like that?
Yes, he is the one with the main interest in competing. We are just here to assist, really.
The amount of nobles who come in here asking for a garment, and they want the whole story to be about them instead of lending help to others. This is a refreshing surprise. I'm sure someone can make a joke out of it. Maybe Tim, but very badly. Looks towards,
I like this guy.
Looks towards Torkel.
Mm-hmm.
Just gives a nod. Kinos?
Yeah. He nods back, yeah.
Kinos, I'll get you something good. Looks towards
just two gruffheads like understood.
Yeah. Looks towards Hendrik, and then he just Did you put
Did you
that
pay
on?
for that?
It'd be so funny if you cast the spell magic.
Did you hear me there, Ryan? Oh, Ryan's AFK, I think. Hendrik runs to the store.
Hendrik falls asleep. Hendrik's got narcolepsy, I think.
So he kind of molds his hands together. I'll need to get your measurements, obviously, all of you. He snaps his fingers once, and then, like in a few seconds, a tray of gobleted, mugs come out filled with wine. As a server just walks out with, and then offers you all a cup of wine.
Yeah, I'll take my glass.
Yeah, please, this way to sitting room, and I'll get our measurements done. and you leave out of this kind of rotundra, circular open bit, into your private room, and you get measured. You have a glass of wine, a complimentary glass of wine. No, not just one, but two. Another third as well is offered, and maybe a fourth if you're asking. And there's a few times you make the man laugh. He doesn't like burst out laughing, but he's definitely taps a smirk and maybe a light chuckle. But this guy's a very serious about business, and you're just one of many nobles, one of many rich folk who come in. And as he kind of takes his single monocle off and cleans it a little bit,
Monopoly man.
he he
Fucking do it.
walks over to a counter that's like in this fitting room and pulls up a chair, and then produces a piece of parchment. All right, fittings, designs. How much do you want to spend on this?
As little
Because-
as possible. I blurt out. Oh, by the way, just to clarify, whilst we're talking about the wine and stuff like that, I probably haven't touched any alcohol other than the times where I seem like I'm in the dumps. So I would have bypassed all that wine stuff as well.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, as little as possible. For me at least. I don't want to speak for everyone else. Obviously not for Thoric. He needs to look the part.
There is a standard, obviously. I can give you that much, but no more.
Sure.
For the expected, level of quality. You don't, forgive me for asking, but you don't have a short temper, do you?
Who are we asking?
You, sir. The gnome. I don't have your name
Oh.
yet.
I wouldn't say I have short temper. I
Good.
look around to the party.
Because with an outfit, even on as thin as I can do it coin-wise, someone will notice and make a comment on it. So I think that doesn't insult your honor.
Oh, that's fine. I've dealt with that most of my youth. It's fine. I grew up in Erith. There's lots of that.
An Erith boy as well. Likewise. Looks towards Thoric. You said you wanted to be fine as possible. I can do. How about we start at 400 gold?
That sounds good. I have some wiggle room up if needs be.
Do you want matching cufflinks?
Please.
That's not 50, 450. Hat, gloves, boots.
Boots.
Get it all. I'll help.
Are you sure?
Yeah, get it all.
I very much appreciate this. Tom. Yeah, everything then.
Good. Okay. He rounds it up. Okay. 507 it is.
Okay, I'll give you 107.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Are we paying today or on collection like Tame did?
No, we can pay now.
We can pay now. We can pay now.
Good, because if Tame was about to bring in another 5 clients who would pay later, I would have choked that man in his sleep.
Oh,
I don't think you're the only
I'd like
one.
to see.
If you say that, they might change their minds.
Sorry, Tame is
Tame.
he used to work for me, and I know what he's like.
Oh God.
He spent half the time wearing the things he's supposed to sell rather than selling them. All right. 507 for you. Done and swept away. I'll go for 120 for you, Tom.
What's the damage?
120 gold.
Perfect. Thank you.
Lernok, 165. Do you want any sigils or markings on it?
No, please.
Very well. Looks towards Torkel. Kinos.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
135. And I'll give you the finest, most up-to-date clerical garment with the additional pockets and everything else you need to actually perform your functions as a priest.
You know, it just slides over 135 gold.
And they'll make it accessible. You can wear it under your armor without it rubbing or the stitching going.
That's okay.
God, I love Kinos priests. You're so simple to please. You can't improve perfection. Now, you, looks at Hendrik. Are you going to pay for that?
Sorry.
I paid for it in Breakwire where I bought it. And I'll just snap my fingers and it changes to like regular clothes.
He leans back on the chair he's at. If that becomes mainstream, I am out of business.
I do not think you have to worry about that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry. It's very expensive.
I will trust you on that, sir.
I do
All
need a
right.
pair of new boots, though.
I can do boots. What would you like?
Hard leather, fanciest.
Of course.
All my requirements.
Do you want like cowboy spurs?
Are they in fashion?
Spurs are maybe... They might be coming back around again.
They make too much noise. I don't want to.
Yeah.
They get-
Arthur
yeah, they-
definitely wears spurs, by the way, doesn't he?
I mean,
Arthur-
they just keep going jingle, jangle, jingle. I mean,
He has to. Do you know what?
Yeah, but we can make it. We can make him the quick drawing wizard.
I'll tell you what, though. I do. I'm going to be wearing. I know they're nice boots. I can take care of them. I'm going to be doing adventuring with these. I need them to at least go above my knees.
Yes. Okay.
And that's my requirement. Just any pair.
All right. I'll be back in a moment. He steps up, leaves, goes and fetches a couple pairs of boots, different colors, browns, blacks, one that's like a kind of ruddy red. Any of these for 45 gold?
See, muddy red?
Ruddy red.
Okay, hell yeah, I'll do that.
Nice. 45
one
gold
left
pieces
makes
for a
it
good
wood.
pair of boots. And those boots, like, you put these on and you try them on, obviously, before you buy it. And you're like, where have they been all my life? These are so comfy. Oh my god. Oh my god. They
can
are
we
so
hire
nice.
this guy for our castle?
Guys,
I don't think we can afford him for our castle.
Yeah, I think he could probably buy our castle.
Hmm.
I mean, with his
Um,
probably, I imagine his normal clientele. Yeah.
Can someone roll me a d4, please? Just I need a single d4.
I'll do
Fastest one on the draw.
I'll do it.
There you go. Quick drawing wizard.
Quick drawing wizard. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Fucking perfect. Okay.
That's not
I
concerning
don't
at all to
like
hear.
it. I don't like it when he does that. Not gonna lie.
So you just go to try on the boots. You're in this private sitting room. There's like a thick like cloth, like dampens the noise and the privacy. There's candlelight all in this chamber. As you hear a commotion outside, as someone like kind of yelps in surprise, as you hear the
Please tell me
owner.
that. Please tell me
the
that.
owner. You hear the owner like eyes go wide as he rushes out of the chair and like flies open the cloth. As you see Tame shaking the hand of a man, like just happily like, staring, grin face, like shaking the hand of a man, and you see not a. You've seen angels before. You travel in the company of an Azamar, a demi-angel. If there was a being to exemplify a half angel, this is it. You see
I'm
a
right fucking here.
Yeah. Sorry,
You-
Doxy.
You see a red-headed figure. Their skin is this beautiful bronze, but through it, from the fingertips up towards the knuckle and then up in a single line which joins at the base of the hand is a golden line, like actual gold in their skin. They have these golden lines from the crook of their eyes going up into their hair, into their fire red hair. They wear a brilliant open white shirt with a collar of fur, of white fox fur around it. They have open-toed sandals, which are made out of the finest ancient primordial forest wood. And they are shaking the hand of Tame as Tame goes rigid and almost spasms.
Yeah,
As,
it's got to be like
as,
the champion, is it?
as Tame experiences the benefits of a short rest as he shakes the hand of Ankalato Ellerhen, scion of the House of Ellerhen, with two fully armored and burly bodyguards in full plate wearing the dark colors of the Ravensword Mercenary Company. As he turns his head and looks towards Daniel, who immediately bows in respect. This man, maybe mid-20s, looks and says, "Oh, I hope I'm not interrupting anything, Daniel." As he just leaves the hand of Tame, as Tame just goes, "Ah!" and just falls back and like falls on his bum. And he just walks right towards Daniel, and he gives a slow nod to Daniel. And Daniel says, "No, not at all. How can I help?" And this young man, just says, "I'm needing some a scarf." Of course, we have many. No, I want a scarf that's like basic, just a regular white scarf. Are you sure, Sir Ellerhead? Yeah, just a basic white scarf. Of course, this way. And Daniel goes to walk past him, but like very respectful, like nodding. And he this man, this red-headed, golden-skinned man, looks towards your party through the cloth, which is like hanging, like half open, half shut, half open, half shut. In the as it's like been pushed open quickly by Daniel, and he gives a wave, just like not even like flexing the fingers, just to raise his hand and waves at you. As Daniel slips past Tame and just goes, "Get up, you fool." And one of the bodyguards just walks over to Tame and like picks him up by like an underarm like grasp, and like just makes him stand as Tame just stands there like staring at this figure, this red-headed figure, as he just then follows Daniel away to another section of the store as the two mercenaries just follow in lockstep behind. And Tame is just standing there and just watches him gaze.
Like,
And
okay,
and
I'm
go ahead.
gonna look to Lairnock. Say, who's this? Who's that?
Would Lernock know them?
You'd recognize the clear.
You recognize the name for sure, but
You'd recognize the name of Ellerhen.
oh yes, sorry, if we did hear the name, of course we did.
Yeah, Ellerhen. That is you've heard of this man, but by the time you were last in Oakhart, it was his grandfather who was the ruling patriarch of the family.
This would be. Sorry, was it Elahan?
Ellerhen. Elirhen.
That would be Mr. Elahan, the one who has made quite a name for himself regarding the upcoming tournament.
Oh, he must be. He must be all of that if Daniel is flustered around him.
I mean, yes. not completely unusual to have some reaction to other Asimar, but that is quite a strong one.
He seemed pretty young. I mean, you seem young. Like most
Mm,
most angel folk do seem young, but he seemed really young.
yeah. Sorry, Elahan. He is quite young, isn't he? He's not.
Not even really out of his, not in his 30s yet, like mid 20s.
Yeah, he actually is a young Asimar as opposed to just a young looking Asimar. Yes, Asimar don't age quite the same way, but he is. Last I heard, what 20s, 30s, I think. Years can sometimes slip by. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure the exact age, but I certainly have quite a few years on him.
He must be pretty ambitious too, and powerful to be able to accumulate a name so short, like with so few years.
Coming from that family, it's not unexpected.
And who is this family?
I'm really sorry. I can't remember off the top of my head. If I recall, like he's descended from
one of the champions.
One of the champions. That was it.
Was it the sorry, out of character? Was that the champion of ideals? Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
She was the champion that tricked the red dragon into the vault.
Damn. Okay.
Yes, he don't.
No, get off. I'll be right back. Sorry, one sec.
No problem. Tame stands up, goes rigid finally, and then comes back to reality and marches into the sitting room you guys are in. It's like, he shook my hand. He shook my hand. I am never washing this hand again in my life.
Does Tame have his hand out?
Do not think. Yes, I do not think that would go over well, especially in the.
Cypher, does Tame have his hand out?
He does.
I shake his hand. I'll roll dex. I'll roll dex so I make sure I grab his hand as well if you want.
Orly, you get 1 temporary hit point from the residual energy in his hand.
I stopped.
Oh my god! Second hand handshake.
Yeah, you're like, what the? Oh my god, it does feel there. And then you start shaking Tame's hand.
No, I start to get secondhand starstruckness. Do I?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that's not what I wanted.
You're the one that said you wanted to shake his hand.
Shit.
He looks at you. You can feel it as well. Wow, what an experience.
Yeah.
All I did was I just told him where Daniel was, and he shook my hand for it.
Oh my fuck.
What a man. He sits down in the chair, just collapses in the chair.
Because literally just sort of looking at this, and there's almost that level of. Anyway. Young whippersnappers. Fuck's sake.
I don't know, Leonard. That kind of felt good, not gonna lie.
It's kind of a real deal.
I mean, yeah, no. You're right, yeah. Mm.
Did you get sorted?
Somewhat. Yes, we paid. But apparently not a lot of people do that to him, so he was happy with us.
Make a performance check.
Performance
or intimidation?
I think I'm terrible in both. Where's my yeah, -2 in both. Performance, why not?
10?
Okay.
10's not a bad rule.
Against the bard.
It's not so much like he's trying to overrule you. He's just like, it's just a check. He swallows hard, comes back to reality a little bit more. Yes, well, you need to travel to make coin. All right. Well, Daniel said whatever you agreed would be done in a matter of days. So I can stop by in the morning and get an update on the order. It's probably best we all come in together, and I can get ideas of how to sell your image when I'm out in the sprawl of taverns and rooftop garden wineries and things. So you're recognizable in your outfits.
Okay, Tame. Let's just
Yes.
take a breath. Relax. I know this is all very excitable.
Ooh, yes.
I realize that.
Yes, quiet.
Let's probably get a drink. Drink. You want a drink that'll calm you down, maybe?
Yes. Yes, I'll definitely have a drink after that. I don't have my... Damn it, I don't have my journal with me. My thoughts won't be the same when I... Yes, let's get to drink. Let's get to drink. As you guys kind of finish off whatever paperwork you need to do, give a signature, leave your name, leave your address if they find you, and your outfit should be with you in a matter of days.
Beautiful. I'm going to bounce, lads. I
was
recommend.
going to end the session there, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say I do recommend you guys play on if you want, considering what's happening. But whatever, I'm happy. But
I think we'll pick back up when you guys all head to the pub together.
okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun. Let's quickly do piety.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Before we lose Orly, let's start off with Orly for Boulderay. Treating strangers with respect and offering the same as family. I would say Tame isn't a stranger anymore, so it doesn't matter how rude you are to him anymore.
I gave the young flip 5 gold. I think I'm going to take a piety for that.
You will. You will.
Fuck! I just ran off with my 5 gold. So
5 piety for you. Sorry, 1 piety because of 5 gold. Learnock.
I did nothing this session, so.
Yeah.
Same here.
Kinos. Not sure just yet. And then 4 Tier. You get a point of piety.
Maybe.
You get a point of piety for carrying out punishment of a fugitive from justice. You're assisting in that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Safeguarding dark knowledge. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right. Sweet,
Perfect.
guys. Well, we will play next Sunday, if possible, on the 2nd.
cool.
Right, let's do
Brilliant.
it. I'll make an event for it. Awesome. Hope you feel better soon. Okay,
Yeah.
Brand?
Thanks for the session, Cypher. I'm going to bounce now, so I'll talk to you guys next week, hopefully.
Okay. See you.
Later.
Take care of yourself, man.
In a bit. Bye. Cheers.
Yeah.